He just happened to show up on the golf course. He was not always here. Of course, golf courses are known to have gators, which they have several. They were worried about him because of his size, and he did just happen to show up. We believe he came from the Brazos River with all the recent rain. He probably just got, flushed down. He just rode the wave and ended up here. Like I said, they don't want to hurt anybody, so he probably was just waiting, for his next chance to find a new home, because the pond he was at was too small for his size, and there's not the right food source here for him either. Turtles and ducks, that don't fill this big guy up. He needs pigs and deers and stuff like that. So, he was probably just kind of getting used to his surrounding before venturing off trying to find his next spot.
So what do you say to people that say, hey, listen, this guy's like twice your size, kind of,
They're 6 times.
My head and yours both together. What do you say to people that's like, okay, I don't know if you should be doing this?
Right, well, I am trained. We are licensed to mess with alligators. I've been around them long enough to know their behaviors and to know when I need to back off and when we need to stay on them. So as long as you know the animal and you know their behavior and, you can kind of dominate them, then it's okay. And, we safely know how to work with these guys.
And what do you say to people who say, God, you're a woman doing this, what do you...
Oh, I get that all the time. I show up on calls and people are like, a girl, they sent you to get it? And, most of the guys go into defense mode and they want to push me out the way and try to catch them. But I say, hey, I'm the licensed trapper here. I got the call. I have to get this gator. And they always kind of doubt me until we have them taped up like this. And then they're like, oh my gosh, you're my hero. But I get that all the time. You're a girl. But I like to prove them wrong.
Not a bad sized gator, huh?
What hole was it on?
13, I think. And there's a golfer over there poking in the butt with a golf glove when we showed up.
That's smart.
Yeah, this guy will take your arm off. No, he was just fixing to poke it when we rolled up. And these things will let you get right on them and then just rock. They're crazy quick, especially from behind. Never approach a gator from behind. Never, ever, never, 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 never. And that's what this guy was doing. You go with these guys head on because they can't see right in front of them. Their eyes on the side of their head. When you're coming up behind them, they can see you and they're just waiting. And they just freeze, man. They got nerves of steel. And they'll wait till you close that gap and just take your arm off.
I saw your surf rods. What kind of bait? You have to put some meat
No, just foul hook them. Spot them and I'll foul hook them. I have some really nice, good hooks, and I just see them and cast it over their head, just real slow, and get it usually hooked around their belly or something.
Okay, so they don't eat it?
Yeah, no, they won't eat it. When they're running from us, they're not in eat mode at all. They're in getaway mode. So they don't eat like that. He's about 12. We haven't measured him, but he's every bit of 12 and 600 pounds. He's a big old boy.
Where do y'all take him? Is it Gator Refuge or something?
Not really. Janik Alligator Farms. Guys like this usually go into their egg laying program, and they'll get a long life and lots of food and girls to call their own.
Louisiana, they'll shoot them.
Yeah, but we have to dispatch some too, guys. You got to take the males out of the herd every year to properly manage and conservation. You got to select the old girls and the big old boys and the juvenile boys and take them out of the herd.
What is he eating out here?
He just moved in out here. He's probably flooded out here from the Brazos, all the rain hitting the Brazos. He was probably pushed into this golf course because they don't like fast moving water. They like slow ponds, quiet water, not moving. So he moved in thinking he'd hang out here until his house wasn't flooded. But then he's hanging out by the pond and people are coming right up beside him, not even realizing he's there to get their golf ball, and he's turning and hissing and people are freaking out. We got right up to him, put a rope on him, and he laid right there. Wasn't going to move. There's several others we've seen out here, and when we get close, they take off. And that's what you want.
I've seen several, but nothing like this one.
Yeah, no, they're good. You want to see them.
Yeah.
You want to see them. They eat rats, they eat snakes, they eat nutria, they eat beavers, they eat a whole bunch of pests. They don't mean us no harm. In 200 years, only 2 people have been killed by alligators in Texas. And at that same time, over 200 by water moccasins. What does that tell you? Yeah. Water moccasins aren't our friend. Gators don't want to eat us. And the only people that have been killed in Texas were swimming in a gator hole. Right? They don't come on land and eat you. They don't come on land and attack you. They don't do that.
That was natural selection.
That was natural selection. That's Darwinism at work is what it is. You don't swim in alligator waterways, Florida or Texas. All the attacks to people happen to either people going up to them or people in the water. Same thing with shark bites. Right? You get in the water, you get bit by a shark because you're in their habitat. Uh-oh.
What y'all used to get him up there?
Just a rope. We just hooked him with a rope. He just laid right there. We walked up to him. He was on a bank, put a rope around his neck.
He didn't start rolling?
Oh, yeah.
Covers up.
We had a rope on him then.
You cover their eyes first and then get his mouth shut?
No, we just rope them and let them get themselves tired, pull them up on the bank, go up to their head, close their mouth. Usually push it down to the ground and pick their head up and tape it
How
off.
do you get a 600-700 pound gator? How do you make him tire out?
He'll tire himself out. You pull on that rope and he'll start flipping and freaking out. And it's like grabbing a dog behind the neck, you know how they start to squirm? Same thing, when that gator feels that rope on him, he'll freak out. And he's fighting for his life trying to get away.
Is that a male or?
That's a big old boy. Girls don't get that big. There's 13.
12,000.
And how many pounds? Sorry.
Probably about.
We're guessing at
7.
6 to 700. He's huge. I don't know.
She, right? Or no?
He.
How old,
Yeah,
how
when they
long
get
do
this
these
big,
live?
boy.
These live a long time, huh?
Yeah, they can. I've heard upwards of 100 years.
Yeah.
And he
You
is
know?
blind in his left eye right here, or his right eye.
Aw.
That was from Gator Happy
And
Gator.
that comes with age.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why we named him Chubs.
Did you?
Oh yeah, this one's Chubs.
You got a wooden hand in, or a
No.
hand in there?
No, not yet. And we named another one, other big old.
Why's he
Happy.
got that turkey neck going on? Did he eat something or?
I don't know, but he's healthy.
That's been eating good.
But you know, you can tell if he meant us harm, you couldn't stand here and do this. He'd be freaking out and jumping out of that truck and trying to beat people up, and they're just not wired that way. They're wired, leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. Unless you swim in my hole and threaten my girls, then I'll eat you. But they
Were
really.
y'all out at George Ranch the other night, high school?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
those
little
are
one.
his-
You see the little one?
There's 2 more back there.
There's 2 more back there, but the little one right here by his tail, that's the one that was under the car at George Ranch.
Yeah, y'all getting a lot of action here the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be over, man. Gator season ends in October, but
Yeah,
her
they
and the
should be
Gators
I think it's the
hibernating.
rain, the floods.
and the heat, right? We're in the El Nino year, so it's 8 to 10 degrees hotter daily than it is in normal
Nick.
years.
We gotta go. Come on.
Boy,
Jersey's good, huh?
good boy. Good boy.
Just nice and clear and open, and see the slit. I hear you. We'll move to this side. That's a backup noise. Get away from me noise.
Oh, underneath his neck?
Yeah.
That's like his sweat
You
gland.
can see on this eye.
And then they
Can I get your
protrude
slide over,
too.
please, sir?
Yeah, they protrude.
He's
too
got
when
no
they
eye on
hiss.
this side.
So why is he hissing?
No eyeball.
Oh, he's just here. He's trying to give us a
No
little-
slit.
Oh, you're too close. I'm not comfortable.
No nothing. Lots of times it's people that cause this gator blindness from shooting them, and it's a bad thing to do because it causes these guys not to be able to see us and run from us when they should. So that's an example of a blind eye on a gator.
They don't have a lot of strength to open like this way. Is that